When I stepped into business, for someone that knew about health and fitness to still have burnout, that's where I thought, if I'm going through burnout and I'm in business and I've got a health and fitness background, what's actually helping everyone else?
Hello, you guys, and welcome to episode 59. Now, I have a guest who I've known for quite a long time. You're going to find out just how long coming up soon. Annette has a really interesting background. So Annette Lackovic is the founder of Herpreneur, co-founder of the Sales Institute of Australia. She's won global awards, including the International Startup of the Year Award for Women in Business and the prestigious Gold Stevie Award for Female Executive of the Year in Consumer Services. She's done loads in business and has an incredible business journey, but also wellness as well. So her background actually is from health and fitness, and she's trained thousands of people over the years, not only to feel better, but also in sales. So this is Annette. I'm going to introduce you to her in a second. Can't wait for you to meet her. And you're going to have a really fun journey with us in this conversation, because we're going to go through business, sales, health, wellness, all the things that you need to do to be successful in business and also look after yourself. You guys ready to meet her? Let's go. Guys, oh my gosh, I'm so excited that Annette is on the show. Netty D, as I like to call her, and so many others do as well. Hello, welcome, how are you?
Netty D is in the house. I'm great. Can't wait to do this show, and just hearing what the essence is about it is everything that I'm about, and that I am really behind you 100% what I want to bring into our clients as well and into female entrepreneurship. So I love what you're actually doing with the show.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys, we're going to have such a good chat. I'm going to give you some context on Netty D before we go into some of our conversation here. One of the first memories I have of you, I think I've known you for 13 years, 12 years, roughly, ballpark in that. Yeah.
I think we have one of the longest female biz friendships that I have here. Yeah, really, because I think same. When we both had the same client. So
we did.
And that's how we met. So that's where and we've just stayed on the same path. Do you know what I mean? We continually just catch up with each other, and yeah, it's been beautiful to actually 13 years.
It's been incredible. And one of my first memories outside of meeting you when we were both speaking at the same event is your rap video. You guys, yeah, I'm just going to have to start there. You rap. Do you still rap?
I still rap. And the thing is, I write more when I'm sad. So it helps me unlock the emotion. So if I'm just feeling this caught up stress or sadness, that's when all these words come to me, and I just put pen to paper down. It's like, get it out of my body, transfer that energy. But the raps are always normally about how I'm feeling to then help others. Because that's what life's about. If we pretend we're perfect, everyone's going to walk around with poor self-esteem. But we start to learn from each other's journeys and each other's challenges and think, wow, she's feeling that too. So a lot of my stuff was in startup of entrepreneurship. That's the stuff that you would have heard about, because that's, a roller coaster ride. And before that, it was heartbreak. But I've been with my man now for 23 years. You've been with your man for a very long time too, I think, from memory.
Like 16. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, we've been married 17, so there you go. We're on the same track there.
Oh, wow.
And so as soon as I met Pete, I stopped writing all my love heartbreak songs.
Yes.
And then when I got into business for myself, doing startup, that's when the writing came back again. But I don't write as much at the moment because I'm very joyful, and we're going to go into that.
We are. Oh my gosh, you guys. So before we go into some more of Annette's journey, now that I have you hooked, because now you know this woman raps and you're like, what else does she do? Why is she on this show? I love to start straight in with the tips. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to come back into your journey, and then you have some incredible things that we're going to share with the listeners. But let's start with 3 tips, because you, like you said, you've gone through startup. You're transitioning right now, as they'll know soon, from a really successful business into opening like like something else up in your life. How do you personally deal with scaling, growing businesses, and staying away from that sort of really intense hustle, stress, wearing busyness as a badge of honor mindset?
Yeah. How I stay away from it is because I had to go through burnout to know not to go there again. That's the very first thing. So my background was health and fitness many, many years ago, and I was in the health and fitness industry for 17 years. And then when I stepped into business, for someone that knew about health and fitness to still have burnout, that's where I thought, if I'm going through burnout and I'm in business and I've got a health and fitness background, what's actually helping everyone else? So I really went strong in cleaning my health up big time. 3 things that I do every day unless I get struck by lightning or something happens terribly and I just cannot do it. Very first thing is I have a meditation practice, and everyone's probably going, oh, boring, whatever. It's a discipline, and you've got to find what works for you, and you don't even know sometimes that practice is working. And I love the word practice because you have to practice at practicing.
Yeah, so true.
But so I have a whole process that I go through. I go through breathing, a lot of nasal breathing, a lot of deep belly breaths. I do a chakra type of clean. So I've had this part of the process has been given to me from a spiritual guru. So she's walked me through part of the practice. I do a meditation, and that stuff is amazing because I do get a lot of instant little downloads and messages from that. Next thing I do, apple cider vinegar. Hold my nose, shot it down, because your gut, they say it's the second brain, but really it's the first brain, because when your digestive system is bad, when your microbiome is bad, that creates depression. That decreases your serotonin. You actually have more serotonin receptors in your gut than actually that produces from your brain. So your gut feeds on this incredible fermented food. So I always hit myself first thing in the morning with some organic fermented apple cider vinegar. And it's horrible. I hold my nose, I chuck it down, and then I get a glass of water and I chuck that down, and then straight afterwards I always do this.
Oh God.
And Pete and Braxton, if they're around, they laugh. Oh, Mum's doing an apple cider vinegar. And that is a very big part of my day, because straight away I want to change my gut microbiome and get that serotonin in. Also, eggs is actually, the egg yolk, part of their eggs, is actually great for serotonin as well for your gut.
Interesting. Okay.
And then without fail, every day, except for Saturdays and Sundays, but every work day, I walk at least 20 minutes a day, at least. Yeah. And that is because that gives me my time to get the downloads, if I play music, I see things that I want to do with my events. If I listen to upbeat podcasts, I never listen to anything that is a downer. I listen to motivational stuff, pause, and then if they ask a question to whoever they're interviewing and suddenly that resonates with me, I actually pause and I'm walking and I'll have a conversation with myself. If I'm by myself, I'm talking out loud. But I am talking, I am processing stuff, and that's my connection with the day. Then, so this morning, took the little doggy for a walk with me, and then take my shoes off and go down to the beach and connect with the earth and do some earthing for 20 minutes as well, because that charges your mitochondria. And they're things that I do without fail. If it's raining, then I'll go to the gym. So I'm not really, out there with Mother Nature and connecting with the earth. I'm actually smelling other people's BO and pumping some weights.
Do you know, I think you're one of the first guests, or maybe the first guest, who's actually given like some of the science behind the reasons to do these sorts of rituals. And I find it's fascinating what I just learned from you. Wow. Do you ever, like, if something comes on your plate that's really stressful and like last minute fire from the business or a client, and you haven't done your walk or you haven't done one of these things, how do you balance that? How do you make sure that you stick to these things that you do every single day?
I'm very methodical with my practice.
Yeah.
It's the weekend that I might slip up. We might have basketball 7:40 in the morning. So we're out the door at like 7:10 and it might be all crazy in the house. And then suddenly I'm like, I haven't done my breathing and my mantra. And then I will just sometimes do it in the car, and the team know.
Okay.
So my husband and Braxton know. They'll hear me like do my chanting or doing my breathing. If it's say before this type of interview, right? And I want to nail it. And I'm like, okay, how am I feeling? If I feel that my adrenaline's high, which it was beforehand, then I don't want to create my sympathetic system, because when we're under stress, like you're saying, if you've got a launch or there's something really important coming up. So for us, what normally builds my intensity is when we have, an event that we're actually converting. So we run the Sales Institute of Australia, those that are listening. So part of that business is called Convert Club. And we run monthly webinars. And, that morning, I definitely do my practice. There's no negotiation there. Though beforehand, if that sympathetic system kicks in, the nerves or the adrenaline, then you look at where you're breathing, and normally that breathing is in your chest. And that chest is your fight or flight syndrome. So for me, I will always, and even before this interview, I sit there and I was too revved up, so I needed to be more calmer in my body. So I wanted to do belly breath, and belly breathing, and through your nose and out through your nose, not through your mouth. Your mouth is sympathetic, right? Fight or flight. I would just do deep breathing in through my nose, out through my nose, and really feel that belly fill up and then contract. And that instantly switches you from sympathetic, fight or flight, to parasympathetic, calm, relaxation, chill down. And that would be the easiest hack for anyone to do, but that's something I always do with my breathing.
Pure gold. All right, we're going into your businesses, because I say that is because you have multiple things you're working on. So right now, over the last little while, I know that you've been running the Sales Institute. So why don't we talk a little bit about that and what you guys do, and then what are you working on next from there? Yeah.
All right. So the Sales Institute. I know most of you listening probably either shy away from sales, get nervous for the close, presenting your prices, and you want to put your price up, but instead you don't. You keep presenting at the same level because you're scared of getting an objection. That's everything that we do. So the Sales Institute of Australia, or really probably a nicer name and a better branding name, is Convert Club. We teach businesses or business owners that need to have a conversation, how to actually have a conversation so it's smooth and it converts into a sale. And we use a method called the reverse selling method. And it's a beautiful method where we teach your customers to buy so you don't have to sell. We teach you the questions, but the questions are orchestrated between you and whoever the trainer is. So let's just say my husband Pete is a senior trainer, and he will take you through our methods and help you create your own language. Because most times people don't like sales or sales training because they feel like it's fake, it's not them. Yeah. So instead what we do is we work with a method, we work with more of a framework. So then you know what you need to be able to communicate, to be able to get the best language across to your customer. And then that flips the customer from focusing on price instead of, focusing now on the value that you actually bring. And that's the reason why most people say no to your business. So, you listening, if you're getting lots of no's, but you've got a great product, or you're an amazing coach or specialist or whatever it is you do, it's because you're not able to build the value to represent that to get the yes. And that's pretty much what we do with the Sales Institute.
It's incredible, you guys. I've popped in a couple times to the Convert Club and the group of entrepreneurs and business owners that you guys work with. the results, I remember one time I popped in on a call and they were just talking about all the results that they've gotten from your framework. And it is mind blowing. And I can even put my hand up and attest to something like way back, you guys, so I go in to do corporate trainings from time to time with, digital marketing. And I don't know if you remember this, Annette, but I was telling you, what I charge, and you're like, what the hell? Like, you need to double that.
I do remember that. Yeah. We normally help everyone put their prices up. If we see that you're undervaluing yourself, and Heather is the bomb. You guys know that. So.
You're so good. You're so good. But I did. And I followed you guys. I followed her advice. And even from the point of how I positioned my I don't know, my brief, what would you call it? Like your corporate speaker brief or whatever it is. Like literally you're like, okay, do this and put testimonials here. And then you like gave me the whole formula and I did it and it worked.
Yeah. You put the testimonials at the back of the proposal, guys, or wherever your fee is, you have a testimonial there because we need to what we call green brain that shit out of it. And green brain is they're looking at the logic, they're looking at the money, get them to see the value, get them to see whatever that is that's going to put that green light in their brain to go, oh, okay, wow, she can get those results. What can they get for us? Yeah. Oh,
it's just incredible. And like these little tweaks, like these little tiny tweaks that you and Peter share, it's incredible. And it's not like, I like how you guys talk about sales because you make it so exciting, like being a part of your group and being around you both, because just as two individuals, you're so giving and thoughtful and caring, but it's like you get so excited and amped up. You're like, cool, I'm gonna up my prices. I'm gonna go out there.
What? We're not like, I still have the stigma with sales attached from years and years ago, even though God knows how long I've been teaching sales for. That stigma's there. For us, it's people to people. And when I see someone that's got an incredible product or they're just amazing and they should be out there in the world, it is exciting to go, let's just get you on the right track. Let's just get you aligned. Let's just get your words right so you can articulate that value and have that customer wanting to buy from you and take that ickiness out of the sales. That's why we get excited, because we work in people to product or people to people.
And there's something else too that I want to share. There's the concept of green brain. So did that come from you guys originally? Because now everyone in Australia talks about it, and I'm pretty sure you guys started that trend.
All right. So green brain started, I'll tell you actually where it originally started from. There was a lady in Melbourne. She's massive with NLP. Do you remember who she is? And we had her for a private consult day years ago for the National Sales Academy, it was called back then. And then she was like saying, you want to get them from the red light to the green light. And then next minute Pete goes, well, why don't we say it's green brain? Like get them in their green part of their brain instead of talking about traffic lights. Why don't we make it part of their brain, a green part of their brain and the red brain, because we know that there's a very logical part of the brain, and we know that there's different placements of communication with the green brain. There's actually more with the green brain. So, and that's how it all started, and that was back in day dot. And now it's been used everywhere.
And it is because, well, I mean, you both have a background with the entourage as well, which is how I kind of started knowing Pete as well, your partner more. And entourage trains loads of business owners to grow as well. And like literally everywhere I go, I want to green brain my website. I want to do this. And I always have this really nice little smile and like a little warm glow. I'm like, I know where that came from.
We tried to trademark it quite a while ago. But we couldn't actually get it trademarked because it was, I don't know, just two everyday names or something. So,
Oh, well.
But let
guys,
people, at the end of the day, we're all here for the same reason, which is we want to be able to help people make a decision easy with a product and show for entrepreneurship. If you've got great stuff out there, how can you showcase it? And, if people are using it, but a lot of people don't know. And just, if everyone listening is going, what the heck is this green brain, red brain? Green brain it's the emotional side of why people buy. It's the outcome, it's the result. The red brain is when they're talking about the time, the logistics, the proposal, the costings, the investments, the time frames, the contracts. That's all red brain. So if you're presenting your product or service to somebody and you're having this heavy red brain conversation, you're probably killing the sale. So if you can flip that switch, and not saying you don't hide it, we want to be able to talk about the red brain, but we also want to talk about the green brain, because the green brain is why they've actually picked up that phone, entered their details into that website. The reason why they're following you, the reason why they've reached out is because they have a problem or they aspire for something and your product and service fixes it. And that's the green brain, and that's what most people forget in their sales process. Most people don't even have a sales process. They wing it most of the time.
They do. So you and Pete have built something incredibly successful. You have Convert Club with a very large group of business owners in there getting supported with their sales process from you guys. And now you just told me that you're starting something else. So what is this new thing that you are working on?
All right. So the Herpreneur brand is being relaunched.
Yay.
So I've kept her alive. We were doing many years ago, 2012. I started a mastermind. I was doing women's events around Australia. We would do 2 a year, but travel to each state. And then the burnout happened. Yes, ladies, that's what I talked about before. For us women, there's so much more emotion that goes on with us. I think the burnout is so much more dramatic emotionally, where the guys just pretty much just lose motivation. We have the highs and lows and the energy. So I wrapped the business up, but I kept the podcast only going because I loved the